Look at your lawn right now. Go to the window. Look outside. You see it, don't you? That patch. That ugly brown, dead-looking patch that showed up 3 weeks ago and keeps getting bigger. Maybe it's near the driveway. Maybe it's in the middle of the yard where everyone can see it. Maybe there's more than one. You've been watering it, you've been fertilizing it, and nothing is happening. It just sits there, brown and crispy, while the rest of your lawn is at least trying to be green. Here's what I'm going to show you today. A liquid mix you can make in your kitchen in 2 minutes. You pour it on those brown patches, and within 14 days, you will see green grass growing where right now there's nothing but dirt and dead blades. But I need to tell you something first. Something that changes everything about how you deal with brown patches. And if you skip this part, the liquid I'm about to show you won't work. Not because the liquid doesn't work, it does, but because you'll be solving the wrong problem. 90% of people who have brown patches in their lawn right now are making the same mistake. They see brown grass, they assume it's dead, and they start trying to fix dead grass. They throw down seed, they dump fertilizer, they water 3 times a day, and none of it works because the grass isn't dead. I'll say that again. That brown patch in your lawn, there's about an 80% chance the grass is still alive. It's not dead, it's dormant. See, grass has a survival mechanism that most people don't know about. When temperatures stay above 90 degrees for more than a week, and soil moisture drops below a certain threshold, cool season grasses like Kentucky bluegrass and fescue do something brilliant. They shut down, they stop growing, they pull all their resources into their root system, and they go to sleep. The blades turn brown, they look dead, but underground, the roots are alive, waiting. This is important. Write this down. Brown does not mean dead. Here's how to tell the difference. And this takes 10 seconds. Walk over to your brown patch, grab a handful of brown grass blades and pull. Not yank, just pull firmly. If the grass resists and stays rooted, it's dormant. The roots are holding on, the plant is alive. If the grass slides out easily with no resistance, like pulling hair out of a drain, the roots are gone. That grass is actually dead. Do this test right now. Pause the video if you have to, because everything I'm about to tell you depends on which answer you get. If your grass is dormant, which again is about 80% of brown patches in summer, what I'm about to show you will bring it back to full green in 10 to 14 days. No reseeding, no new sod, just waking up what's already there. If your grass is actually dead, I'll cover that too. Later in this video, I'll show you how to reseed brown patches so they fill in fast. But don't skip ahead. Even if your grass is dead, the liquid I'm about to show you is still the first step. You need it either way. So what is this liquid? Not yet, I need to explain one more thing, because if I just tell you the recipe and you go dump it on your lawn without understanding this, you'll get half the results. And I don't want half results. I want your neighbors asking what service you hired. The reason brown patches don't recover on their own, even dormant ones, isn't lack of water. It's not lack of nutrients. It's that the soil underneath has become hydrophobic. Hydrophobic soil. Sounds scientific, but it's simple. It means the soil repels water instead of absorbing it. Here's what happens. During a heat wave, the top layer of soil dries out completely. When soil gets that dry, organic compounds in it actually change their molecular structure. They become waxy, and that waxy layer coats the soil particles and makes them repel water. So when you stand there with your hose watering your brown patch for 20 minutes, you feel productive. You see the water hitting the ground. But watch closely next time. The water beads up, it rolls off, it pools on the surface, and then runs sideways into the healthy part of your lawn, where the soil can actually absorb it. Your brown patch stays dry underneath even while you're actively watering it. This is why people water brown patches for weeks and nothing happens. The water never reaches the roots. It physically cannot penetrate the hydrophobic layer. You're watering dirt that refuses to drink. And this is exactly what the liquid fixes. Here's the recipe. Finally, 1 gallon of water, 1 tablespoon of regular dish soap, not antibacterial, not the fancy stuff with moisturizers, just basic, cheap, clear dish soap, and 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses, the kind you find in the baking aisle for $3 or $4 a bottle. That's it, 3 ingredients. Total cost, maybe 20 cents per gallon. You probably already have both of them in your kitchen right now. Mix it in a bucket until the molasses dissolves completely. Pour it into a watering can or a pump sprayer. Now here's the part that most people would get wrong. And honestly, this is the difference between this working and this being a waste of time. Do not spray this like a regular fertilizer application. Do not walk across your whole lawn misting it lightly. That won't help. Take your watering can, stand directly over the brown patch, and pour the entire gallon slowly directly onto the patch. Slowly, over the course of about 2 minutes. Let it soak in. If it puddles, stop, wait 30 seconds, then continue. You're not feeding the lawn. You're breaking the hydrophobic barrier. Here's what each ingredient does. The dish soap is a surfactant. It breaks the surface tension of water. Remember that waxy, hydrophobic layer I talked about? The soap molecules wedge themselves between the water and the wax and basically force the water through. It's the same principle that makes soap clean grease off your dishes. Grease is hydrophobic. Soap breaks through it. Same thing happening in your soil. One application of soapy water can break through the hydrophobic layer in minutes. Suddenly, water can reach the roots again. Roots that have been sitting there, alive, dormant, waiting for moisture. And when that moisture finally hits them, the grass wakes up. Now the molasses. This is the part that takes it from a good trick to an incredible one. Molasses is sugar, complex sugar. And soil is full of microorganisms, billions of them in every handful. Bacteria, fungi, protozoa. These microbes are the engine of soil health. They break down organic matter, they make nutrients available to plant roots, they create soil structure that holds moisture. But during a heat wave, when the soil dries out and goes hydrophobic, most of these microbes go dormant too, or they die. The soil biology crashes, and even when water finally comes back, the microbial population is so depleted that the soil can't function properly. Molasses feeds them. The sugar in molasses is rocket fuel for soil microbes. Within hours of application, bacterial populations start exploding. Within days, the soil biology is rebuilding. The microbes start breaking down that hydrophobic layer from the inside. They start releasing trapped nutrients. They start creating the soil structure that holds moisture. So the soap punches through the barrier from the top. The molasses rebuilds the biology from the inside. And the grass, which was dormant but alive, suddenly has water and a functioning soil ecosystem feeding its roots. Day 1 through 3, nothing visible. I'm being honest. You won't see anything above ground. The action is happening underground. Water is reaching roots for the first time in weeks. Microbes are multiplying. Root tips are starting to elongate. Day 4 through 7. The first screen shows up. It won't be dramatic. You'll see a few green blades poking through the brown, mostly at the edges of the patch, working inward. This is the grass tillers activating, sending up new growth from the crown of each plant. Day 8 through 14. This is where it gets good. The green spreads rapidly. Each day you'll see measurably more green than the day before. By day 14, most dormant patches are 70 to 90% green. Not perfect, not golf course quality, but dramatically, visibly recovered. I want to be real with you for a second. If you've been watching this channel, you know I don't lie to you. I don't tell you things will work when they won't. So here's the honest truth. This method works on dormant grass, grass that's brown but alive. And it works incredibly well. I've seen patches come back in 10 days that homeowners had given up on. But if your grass failed the pull test, if it slid out with no roots, if it's actually dead, this liquid alone won't bring it back. Dead is dead. You can't wake up something that isn't sleeping. What you can do is use this exact same liquid as the foundation for reseeding. And that's what I want to show you now, because this is the part that nobody else is teaching. If you're still watching this, hit subscribe right now. I know I say it every video, but I mean it every time. This channel is building a complete lawn care system video by video. The pH fix, the weed killer, now the brown patch repair. Next week, the mowing technique. Every piece connects, and if you miss one, the system has a gap. So subscribe, bell, you know the drill. And tell me in the comments, did your grass pass the pull test or fail it? I want to know how many of you are dealing with dormant versus dead, because that tells me what video to make next. Okay, reseeding dead patches. Here's the method that fills in bare spots faster than anything else I've tested. Step 1, apply the soap and molasses liquid exactly as I described, even on dead patches. Because the soil underneath is still hydrophobic, and seeds can't germinate in hydrophobic soil, you need to fix the soil before you add seed. This is the step that everyone skips, and it's the reason their reseeding fails. Step 2, wait 24 hours, let the liquid work. Let the soil biology start recovering. Step 3, rake the dead grass out of the patch. Get aggressive. You want to see bare soil. Dead grass blades on the surface will block seed to soil contact, and seeds that don't touch soil don't germinate. Simple as that. Step 4, sprinkle grass seed directly on the bare soil. Use the same grass type that's in the rest of your lawn. If you don't know what type you have, buy a sun and shade mix. It covers most situations. Use about 15 to 20 seeds per square inch. That sounds like a lot, but grass seed is tiny. A handful covers a large area. Step 5, cover the seed with a thin layer of compost or topsoil, not thick. A 1/4 inch, just enough that you can barely see the seeds through it. This layer holds moisture against the seeds and protects them from birds. Step 6, water lightly twice a day, morning and late afternoon. Not a heavy soaking, a light mist. You want the top 1/4 inch of soil to stay consistently damp, not wet, damp for 10 to 14 days. And this is critical. Do not walk on the patch. Do not let your dog on it. Do not mow over it for at least 3 weeks. New grass seedlings are incredibly fragile. One footstep can crush 100 of them. If you follow this exact process, you'll see germination in 5 to 7 days depending on temperature. Tiny green sprouts, thin as thread, pushing through the compost. By day 14, you'll have a fuzzy green carpet of new grass. By day 21, it'll be thick enough to mow for the first time. Set your mower high, 3.5 inches minimum for the first cut. And here's the trick that makes the new grass blend with the old grass seamlessly. After the first mow, apply the soap and molasses liquid one more time, to the new patch and to the surrounding established grass. This levels the playing field. The new grass gets the same microbial boost as the old grass, and within a month, you can't tell where the patch was. Now, I want to address something that I know some of you are thinking. You're watching this and you're thinking, dish soap on my lawn? Won't that damage the grass? Fair question. Here's the answer. At the concentration I'm describing, 1 tablespoon per gallon, the soap is completely safe for grass. That's a fraction of a percent, enough to break surface tension, not enough to harm plant tissue. If you were to pour straight dish soap on your grass, yes, it would cause damage. It would strip the waxy cuticle from the blades and cause desiccation. But diluted to 1 tablespoon per gallon? University Extension Services have been recommending this exact ratio as a soil surfactant for decades. It's called a wetting agent. Professional lawn care companies use synthetic wetting agents that cost $40 a bottle and do exactly what dish soap does for 1 penny. Same game, different price tag. Just like everything else the lawn care industry sells. One more important thing. The type of soap matters. Use clear, basic dish soap. No dyes, no fragrances. No antibacterial agents. No ultra-concentrated formulas. Plain dish soap. The cheapest bottle on the shelf is usually the best option. The fancy ones have additives that can leave residue in your soil. And the molasses. Use unsulfured blackstrap molasses if you can find it. Blackstrap has the highest mineral content, which gives the microbes more to work with. Regular molasses works too, but blackstrap is better. Do not use anything with added sulfur. Sulfured molasses contains preservatives that kill the exact microbes you're trying to feed. Let me tell you what this looked like on my lawn, because I tested this extensively before I made this video. I had 3 brown patches. 2 were dormant, 1 was dead from a grub infestation the previous fall. I treated all 3 with the soap and molasses liquid on the same day. Same ratio, same application method. The 2 dormant patches started showing green on day 5. By day 12, they were almost fully recovered. The green was slightly lighter than the surrounding lawn, but within 3 weeks, you couldn't tell the difference at all. The dead patch, I reseeded on day 2 using the method I just described. Germination started on day 6. By day 14, it had a thin but visible layer of new grass. By day 28, it was fully blended with the rest of the lawn. Total cost for all 3 patches, about 60 cents in soap and molasses, plus $4 for a bag of grass seed that I used maybe a tenth of. Compare that to what a lawn care service would charge. Patch repair runs $100 to $200 per patch, depending on size. For 3 patches, that's $300 to $600. I spent less than $5. And here's what makes me genuinely angry. The lawn care industry knows about wetting agents. They know about hydrophobic soil. They use surfactants on every single job, but they charge you $200 and use products that cost them about the same as your dish soap. The markup is obscene, and they count on you not knowing that a tablespoon of soap does the same thing. Not anymore, not if you're watching this channel. Quick recap. For dormant patches, 1 tablespoon dish soap plus 2 tablespoons molasses per gallon of water. Pour directly on the patch. Wait 14 days. For dead patches, same liquid first, then rake, seed, thin compost cover, light watering twice a day for 2 weeks. 2 things before I let you go. First, if you have patches that keep coming back in the same spot every year, it's not a watering problem. Something is killing the grass repeatedly. Could be grubs eating the roots underground. Could be a buried rock or debris preventing root growth. Could be compacted soil from foot traffic. I'm making a video on exactly this, how to diagnose why a patch keeps dying, and how to fix the underlying cause permanently. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Second, drop a comment right now with the number of brown patches in your lawn. I'm serious. I want to build a picture of how bad this summer has been across the country. 1 patch? 5 patches? Your entire lawn. Tell me. And if you tried the soap and molasses method, come back in 2 weeks and update your comment with the results. I'll pin the best before and after story. See you next week.